Okay, Tess requested another war recap, so here is one. Let's start off with number 5. There's a few bases left up top. We're saving those for our Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10. So let's start off here. This was a GoVaHo done by me. Sent in the golems pretty close together. I was a little bit worried about these compartments here and how the wall breakers would go, whether they would go to that cannon or mortar, but they went down straight to this wall. I sent in one wall breaker as a test. Really brought too many, but I was worried about going into those compartments. So sent in the Valks, have both golems up, jumped to the core. There's been a couple of bombs triggered already, so I dropped a heal. You see both heroes are done. Here come the Hogs up top. I think I sent in 3 or 4 for each. Couple side Hogs. Heal. I figured a couple of Teslas might be at the top. You see the Queen still at full health. Valkyries, a few have survived. The Hogs are just kind of roaming free at this point. Queen, lots of health. Valkyrie doing some tanking. Wizard Tower took a lot out of those Hogs. I was a little bit surprised, but I sent in a couple of Hogs earlier at that cannon, and that was too soon. There really wasn't much else going on there, so the defenses there took them out. But Golemite made its way over, which was nice to do some tanking for the Queen. Still had enough health in her to take out the cannon anyway. But save some wizards for cleanup. Got the Golemite, Valkyrie, Queen still there. Relatively simple base, really open. Really great for back-end Hogs with Valkyries doing a lot in the open areas to take out the buildings. Here's Tuss's cleanup attack. He said this was a little bit more luck than skill, but this seems to be a really solid strategy. 2 lightnings on each defense, and then a quake on each air defense as well. Send in some dragons, really to take out what's left of up to the point of the town hall. Starts the second part of his attack here. Got the wizards doing some kind of clearing out. I think he really wanted his king to go into that compartment to get another air defense, but the Queen can get in there and do a little bit. So that's not going as well as he hoped, so he went ahead and sent in the Hound, or both Hounds. But you can see the base is relatively tight here. He's got a bunch of balloons. It was good for the Hounds because they could soak up all the traps, and now the balloons are really close to all the defenses. So his last Hound burst at a really good time. There's balloons getting up to that expo and air defense. Really good timing. It's great that that Hound did not burst, the Hound that was in the clan castle. And now it's just cleanup time. One last defense. So what is that? 3 or 4 pups doing some cleanup, but they were a pretty good spread. Plenty of time left. So a solid attack here by Tuss. Go down. Another one of my attacks. This was a cleanup attack. There was a 1-star attack done just a little bit before, but it was enough to help me figure out what I needed to do with the base. So So we're a little worried about wall breakers. You see there's a couple small bombs there. So I just went ahead and brought a jump to get into the compartment with the Queen, the Hound. I knew there was a Tesla there. There's a Tesla right in front of this wizard tower. So dropped a jump in a rage and started sending in some hogs. I saw that archer tower to the right was occupied. Giant doing some tanking. Sent in 5 hogs initially, then I think 8 or 10 or so at the top. A couple more for the left cannon and archer tower. Knew there were a couple Teslas there, so I dropped a heal. And that was pretty much it. It's pretty much over at this point. There's a double bomb set that gets triggered with, 3 or 4 hogs at the bottom, 5 or 6 hogs left coming down with a heal waiting for them. So at this point it was pretty much clean up. The hogs really wrapped around the base pretty well, and now had a few troops left over to do cleanup work as well. Another attack by Tess. Sent in some minions to help create the funnel. I don't think it works out exactly as he hoped. The Queen still comes back and wraps around the other way. I still haven't figured out exactly how the Queen pathing is going to work. You see the minion there working on the cannon, which is nice. The Queen is essentially doing some tanking. Dropped the rage there. He said he really didn't need that. At that point, he really didn't need it. The Queen was low on health, but there wasn't a lot that was going to hit her at that point. She would have gotten back to health with those healers on her. So at this point, it was time to start the attack. Sent in the golem. Wizards to help funnel the troops. A jump to get to a couple air defenses. You see the enemy king really brought in the Tessa's king. Maybe the king would have wandered a little bit. But everything going well so far. Queen is still wrapping around, used her ability. Wizards working on the dragon. Golemites tanking. You see the wizards there took out 1 air defense. Queen still wrapping around. You see now this is part of his plan. From the beginning was to lightning and quake 1 air defense. Now there's just 1 air defense left. Over half the base is gone. A decent number of defenses, but with 2 hounds and a bunch of balloons, you can tell that this one's over. So it didn't go exactly as planned, but you can see the strategy really works. If you can get a Queen to take out an air defense, your kill squad to take out an air defense, your lightning, quake, another air defense, you've got 1 left. At that point, it's relatively simple for a couple hounds and a group of balloons to do damage. So Queen's still alive, back to full health. Nice attack. Go on down, you see the army composition here. GoVaLo, some back-end balloons. All 4 air defenses are right in the core. So a really obvious choice for back-end balloons if you can get all of the air defenses down, because they're right together. Some pretty big compartments. Valks are a really good idea. a rage, a heal, a poison. Lots of spells going on there, but really you can use a lot of spells in one little spot on this type of attack, because you really just need to survive to get down the air defenses. Last heal was really good. You see the balloons coming in. Queen's still alive with her ability. Golemite was tanking that X-bow. And so your left, this is good because there's a really wide spread on the balloon, so they're out there taking out defenses. Pretty quickly, if they were all grouped together, you start to worry about time. Solid attack by Swell. Round. Good attack by Duke here. He's trying to get the whole surgical hog thing down, and this is a good base for some sort of hybrid surgical grouping of hog attack. You see he's going to put a double poison on the clan castle. Drops a couple of golems. Queen's really exposed here. Makes it really easy. One giant bomb here. So when you're attacking, you can start to look and start counting the giant bombs. There was one. So you know there can't be two double bomb sets. But the wall breakers went in where we thought, right at that dark elixir storage. Jump right to the core. I figured there's going to be 3 Teslas right there. Maybe it could have been 2 with some sort of double bomb thing, but probably not. Triggered another giant bomb. And that was really the point of starting in one of these side areas. And you can see on the left side, you think there might be a double set, and then that right side, but a little bit tricky how it worked. So send in a big group of hogs. Has 3 heals waiting for him, which is a lot for what's left. Plus, this is a weaker base too, so he's gonna do a little bit of a surgical here on the left-hand side. There you go. And it lucked out too. One hog tripped the giant bombs. It was a little bit closer than I remember. That could have been more dangerous. But at this point, plenty of juice left. Lots of hogs left for cleanup too. Good attack by Duke. Go down. Jonathan, this is a cleanup attack. You can see he's got a bunch of minions, a bunch of balloons, a couple hounds. This is a pretty weak base. It just shows the strength of using lava hounds at a lower level Town Hall 9. So he's doing a lot of cleanup work right away around the edges. Sends in a golem here. I probably would have started in that compartment where the queen is right now and just come up against those 2 air defenses. But it worked out. He had to use his queen's ability because she was getting attacked. Now the defenses started targeting a golem instead of her. So that was a good idea. We knew what was in the clan castle. See, there's the king taking out the enemy queen, which is good. Dragon is gone. Queen's about to target an air defense. So you see, this isn't a super surgical attack. There's just a bunch of balloons, a couple hounds, and you have level 2 hounds against the level 6 air defenses with a couple rages. You're in good shape. You see he's healing up one hound there briefly, which was good. And now there's just an overwhelming amount of balloons left, even though there's an air defense left up and some defenses. There's just a ton of balloons. You've got the pups that are doing cleanup work around the outside. Still some minions. Pretty simple attack. Town Hall 8. Jeffrey has done some good attacks. I haven't seen this one. Used just one poison there for the clan castle, which was good. If he was going to use both poisons, he really shouldn't have drawn the dragon out. But using one poison was a good idea. You keep another one. You see he has hogs, so you can keep a poison for the skeletons. So I think a good first heal. It covered a potential giant bomb spot. I think the second heal was fine too. Basically, there's now a heal that can just go straight into the center. So it was a little bit late though with that heal. You see there's some bombs there. Really destroyed his group of hogs, but he had some in the clan castle. Maybe you could have released those sooner, or at some point maybe you could have used those after his first set and second set were already kind of wrapping around. You could have come back to where he originally started and put down the hogs, but in the end he had plenty of hogs. Lots of cleanup troops left. This is a good war. We should win this one. They definitely had some good attackers, but just not strong enough. They'd had a lot of 2-star attacks. Once we hit these top 3 or 4 bases, we should be in good shape. Got some more cleanup to do. Good war.